Teresa Giudice spent almost a year in prison, and she's still trying to find out who sent her there. She has a new shocking revelation about who it could be. Keep reading for all the details about who she thinks landed her behind bars. Why RHONJ star was sentenced to prison. It's been nearly a decade since Real Housewives of New Jersey star Teresa Giudice was sentenced to prison. Many Bravo scandals later, it might be hard to remember why. For those who may not recall, Teresa and her then-husband Joe Giudice pled guilty to mail and wire fraud charges in 2014. Teresa was sentenced to 15 months in prison, while Joe received a 41-month sentence. The couple's legal issues played out very publicly on RHONJ. The judge let them serve the sentences separately so one parent could stay home with their 4 young daughters. Teresa served her sentence first, and was released after 11 months of her sentence. Joe had to serve his entire sentence, and was immediately deported to Italy in 2019 upon his release. He now lives in the Bahamas. Joe and Teresa Giudice divorced in 2020. She married Luis Ruiz in 2022, though the marriage is allegedly on the rocks. In the years since her prison stint, Teresa has pointed the fingers at several people for snitching to the government. She speculated that former co-star Caroline Manzo called the feds on her. Her brother, Joe Gorga, and his wife Melissa have also been blamed. In a recent episode of her new Turning the Tables podcast, she made another shocking allegation. Her new theory is that the RHONJ producers are the reason she went to prison. She claimed that she came under scrutiny from the federal government after flaunting her wealth on the show, but she denied that the money was hers to begin with. Teresa took listeners back to the furniture shopping episode from season 1 of RHONJ. The cameras filmed her buying over $120,000 worth of furniture and paying in cash. But she claimed that she didn't actually have that much cash on her, and it was given to her by producers. Former co-stars back Teresa Giudice up. Teresa Giudice had a mini RHONJ reunion on that episode of her podcast. Former co-stars Kim D and Jacqueline Loretta were the guests. Jacqueline recalled being present during the furniture shopping. According to Reality T, she backed up Teresa's story. Teresa added that she most likely paid with a check, not cash, but the perception that she was rolling in money raised alarms. "I think that's why the government came after us," she said. Almost 15 years later, and it still seems Teresa Giudice will blame anyone for her legal troubles except herself and her ex-husband. What do you think of her latest shocking revelation? Sound off in the comments.